here I am in the Half Moon Pub, 2007. I'd like to say in 1974 was the first time that I met Stevie Smith. I went to see him in a pub called the Newlands, which is in Peckham, I believe. And he was quite influential in my life, as I know, with his music and all those incredible gigs that he did in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, especially here in the Half Moon, with many, many people in their lives. So it's quite a momentous occasion to have him back here in 2007, here in the Half Moon. So, can you please tell us how it all began?
It began in, I'm not sure, 73, 72, well, at the Half Moon, especially in 73, 72, the governor there was a guy called Herne, I've forgotten his surname, and he had a trad band here, and I used to get up and do a bit, and sort of like, all me mates liked it, you know, oh, some more. And I was having a drink with a guy at the bar, and Harry and whatever, and it came up, "Wait, why don't you play up here more often?" I said, "Well, down to the governor." And the governor, Harry, said, "All right, you can have Monday night." So I had a gig on a Monday night, and okay, fair enough. So I phoned all my mates up, and like, at that time there were an awful lot of session players living in South London, and a lot of them were my mates, and those that weren't my mates were mates of mates and mates of mates, and so it went round like him, and so it went on, you know, and so we started on a Monday, and before this place looked like a venue, it was 2 rooms with a like an oak panelled room with a little stage at the end, and you should get, I mean, sort of like started off with like people like myself, Steve Waller, Mickey Hawksworth, and some mates of mine used to work with Rory Gallagher at the time, used to come down, and then later on you had people like Thin Lizzy popping in to see what was going on, and Jeff Beck's band used to get up and have a play, and like, everybody, I mean, so I really can't say how many people and what bands at that time, all reasonably big bands or the names at the time were playing. After the 70s, I mean, I was also playing in my own band at the time, which was a band called Salt with Mick Clark, and we.
I remember that very well.
Yeah, and sort of like it was something I did on a Monday. Then it got changed to Thursdays. Different publicans came in, and like the main people involved, like myself, Steve Waller became the main man after that. I was more out of it. I used to do the Sunday night, Steve Waller did Sunday lunch. That's what happened. It became a venue where people paid on the door, whereas when I started, it was a freebie. And so the freebie then got shunted off to Sundays, and had the Sunday lunch jams with the same kind of people turning up to do that, and the Sunday night jams, which I used to do. So that's how that went, and then after a while, when we all get older, Steve gave it up. I moved up to Scotland, and the jams faded out, basically, you know.
Not from our minds.
Oh, no.
No, I was a part of those jams, and I must say that it was gorgeous, because that sort of fusion of all that energy and all that good music all coming together, you know, that's something that sort of stayed in people's minds like 30 years later. You know, there are people that have come here tonight to see you because that's the effect that you had on them, and you stay there in their psyche, you know.
Well, that's nice. It's nice to know. I mean, the thing about the jams was that you had musos from all strains of, especially in the early days, all strains of the profession. I mean, we had people that used to work in orchestra pits, in theatres and that, who couldn't do that, to read the dots, and they'd come up and have a jam and let their hair down, you have players from different I mean, different sort of jazz players, rock players, folk players, whatever. Just all, as long as they could play, as long as they were good at what they could do, they were always welcome, and it was that made the thing. It was the cross-pollination of music and the film. It's a universal language. It's a different. You can't actually repeat that every night. Every night is different, and like it would cost too much to cart sort of like the several hundred musos that were involved in it.
And also, I feel that I feel very blessed to have been part of a very special and magical time where all those influences, all those people, all those special artists and musicians and everything all came together in this place.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You were very influential in all of that.
Yeah, I'd say yes, but you know, you've got to remember at the time it was. You're thinking it's just a gig. Well, no, it wasn't just a gig. It was. I've got to get people to get. The fact that you're being, are you being influential? I don't know. Was I influential? I'm told that sort of like a lot of people were influenced by what was going on here. But at the time you're doing it, you're just having fun. You're just doing it. You know, that's what you do. Yeah.
You didn't know the impact it was going to have.
Yeah, I don't know. What impact? Music is music. Musicians.
Impact on people's lives, and music is like that. It's a very powerful thing, and you were part of that and part of people's lives, and it meant a lot. That's why they've come back 30 years later to come and see you again, because you're special.
Talking, yeah.
Those of us that are still alive.
I'll string sentences together, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, you know that.
No Zimmer frames. Yet.
Not yet. No. Working on it.